Do you guys know what a still photographer does? How do they work? Why is their job important? Because I didn't. Until I became one. Let's just start at the beginning. When I began practicing photography, I didn't expect getting the job. That includes taking pictures. Why would I? People don't know me as a photographer. I don't even have that much experience. I don't even know the proper camera. But last summer, I was a still photographer and I worked in a movie for Netflix. It's cool, right? It's awesome. And you can say that. I'm lucky, I'm getting paid for taking pictures. But that was not the case. The truth is, it was pure coincidence. It's a funny story because we were on a vacation with my girlfriend in Italy, and after we arrived I got a phone call from my friend. He wanted to see if I were interested in working in an Italian-Hungarian co-production, and I said, geez, of course, it's gonna be my first big movie ever, so why the hell not? And I asked him, what is the job? And that's where things got a little twisty. I was hired to shoot behind-the-scenes footages, and back then I didn't know exactly what was the point of that. But of course, it was a dream job working on a big set. I've got my contract, and I was reading it through. I noticed the film is produced for Netflix itself. I was blown away, and the reason for that is that I'm a long-time fan of Netflix since they became available in Hungary. I watch their series and movies on a daily basis probably, so my name and Netflix's on the same paper. It felt good, it was good. You should know that the city of Budapest has become one of the favorite locations for filmmakers because of its versatility and its diversity, and of course the appealing tax rebate system. There are so many films shot here in Budapest now, like The Martian, Red Sparrow, Blade Runner 2049, Atomic Blonde, the new Terminator, and series like The Alienist, Homeland, and now is one of the most anticipated series in 2019, The Witcher, that stars Henry Cavill, aka Superman.
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S.
So, about the movie, and this is the plot summary in IMDb. When the Italian Prime Minister and his companion find a dead body in his hotel while on a trip to Hungary, they find themselves embroiled in a series of comedic situations as they try to avoid a scandal. Basically, it's a loose remake of an old Hungarian comedy back in the 90s. I haven't watched it yet. Go check that out if you want. It's still on Netflix. On the first day, I got up early, drove to the shooting location, and it was August, a really hot summer day, and the story of the movie took place in Christmas time, so it was funny. Everyone was wearing big coats and hats, but not me, thank God. But I felt sorry for the actors though. The Italian producer came to me, we introduced ourselves to each other, and he was this kind old man but very straightforward. And he asked me, are you the still photographer? And I said, yeah, but you can do video too. Of course. And I was like, geez, I never had a proper job as a photographer. The pictures are gonna suck, they're gonna hit him, I'm gonna lose my job, they're gonna take away my money, my car, they're gonna kill me, dump my body in the river, or bury me somewhere near to a highway where not even a cat goes by.
Sun's going down. Sun's going down.
And the pressure throughout the entire production, it was like,
well, that's just fucking great! Oh, great! You know what that is? Do you know what that is?
Right.
That's just fucking great!
Netflix requires a certain quality, of course, and I was afraid because I was hired to do the behind-the-scenes footages, and I ultimately became the still photographer, so day by day I learned more and more the hard way. Back then I had the Panasonic GH5 with only one lens, with the Sigma 18-35 and a cheap adapter, so I couldn't rely on the autofocus whatsoever, and this was very hard because things were happening so fast and I couldn't just always manually get the focus right, but I had to. I had no other option, I had no other gear. I didn't want to spend any money on another system, so basically I lied to the producers that this gear is the perfect for the job. Good thing that back then, when I started making films years ago, I had to learn with an old camera and a cheap lens that only had manual focus. By the way, I don't even remember when was the last time I used autofocus, if ever, so it's a good skill to have. But there was another problem, and the big one, and that was the lens. Because of the focal length, I couldn't get those close-ups, those good stills, those good portraits and candid shots of the actors. You know, the subtle moments, the facial expressions, and when you take these photos you just can't get in front of the director of photography because obvious reasons, and on set you are this kind of ninja hiding in the shadows so nobody notices you taking pictures. You know, just don't interrupt any shooting. That was the main thing I had in my mind, just don't interrupt anyone's work. Still, I had to get close enough, so I called my friend who has a renting business, and he had no available good lens for me but one, and this was the Samyang 85mm cine lens with the T-stops. With this lens you can change the aperture and the focus smoothly. It's perfect for video, but taking pictures, God, it's just no. And this was my only option to get close enough. And I had to be careful with those rings, you know, just to keep everything in focus perfectly, because it's a job, you want to be great at it. And I was so under pressure. But somehow I managed it. And it is very exhausting to work that precisely in every moment and every day. So next time, and this is a message for every photographers and filmmakers in the business, next time somebody tells you, like a client or at a wedding, that your job is easy, you just take photos, a phone can't do that, I want you to do is this. You hit him in the head with your biggest zoom lens in your bag, of course. And you tell him this. You apply for a job and you get it. There is no job descriptions, there is no one to tell you how to do this job, but on the first day you start working. And in every changing moment you have to work differently, by different situations, with different bosses, different co-workers, with different tools, and you won't know how many moments there are going to be. But every moment holds a chance for you to fail. Yeah, see how they react. Throughout the production, even when I was afraid every day, I knew I did a good job. I felt good by the end of the day. And I loved having the opportunity to work with these talented people, these professionals. I loved the locations, I enjoyed every minute of the shooting. And a couple of weeks later, I sent an email to the producer and asked him if Netflix were satisfied with my pictures. And he wrote back and said, yeah, they were. Good enough for me.